Hi guys, good day, it's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class is we're going to decide whether each number is rational or irrational. So without further ado, let's do this topic. So before we answer this one class, let's recall first with regards to rational numbers and irrational numbers. Alright, so rational numbers, these are the following examples. We have the integers. So once again class, integers, those are whole numbers, negative or positive. Example, negative 3, positive 5, those are example of integers. So fractions, example for that would be 1/2, 3/5, and so on. Those are examples of fractions. Terminating decimals, so example of terminating decimals, we have 0.5, 0.75, those are examples of terminating decimals, in which the decimal class, it has an n. Example, 0.5, 0.75, 0.3. Those are example of terminating decimals. Repeating decimals, example for that would be 0.333. Then 3 with the bar, it means repeating. So 0.333, then the bar class, it means repeating. 3 is repeating. Another example, if I will say 0.666, and then with the bar, it means that 66 is repeating. So those are rational numbers. Percentages, example 25%, 5%, those are example of rational numbers. Now let's talk about irrational numbers. What are those examples, sir? Now irrational numbers class, those are non-terminating decimals and non-repeating decimals. An example for that class is square root of 2, is square root of 13, cube root of 10, cube root of 30, and many more example class. Sir, why do you call this one non-terminating or non-repeating decimals? The answer class, if you get the square root of 2, the answer class is infinite decimals. Example class, let's use our calculator. Is square root of 2. When you get the square root of 2 class, the answer is 1.4142135623731 and so on. The decimal class is infinite. Okay, it will not stop class. Therefore, class, we call that one non-terminating decimals. So, once again, class, if the number inside the square root is not a perfect square, therefore, class, the answer is irrational number. Example, class, is square root of 5. Is square root of 5. Is 5 a perfect square? Nope. 5 is not a perfect square. Therefore, class, this number is irrational number. Because the answer, class, of square root of 5, let's check our calculator, is square root of 5, the answer class is 2.23606 and so on. The numbers class is infinite with regards to the decimal. So we call that one non-terminating decimals. So just remember this one class. If the number inside the square root is not a perfect square, therefore class, this is an irrational number. Another example class, if I will say is square root of 9. Okay, if I will say class is square root of 9. Is square root of 9 irrational number or rational number? That's correct. Square root of 9, it should be rational number. Why is that, sir? Because 9 is a perfect square and the square root of 9, that is 3. And 3 is an integer, right? 3 is an integer. Positive or whole numbers, we call that one integers. So therefore, square root of 9 is a rational number. Even if you use your calculator, square root of 9, the answer is 3. So therefore, class, square root of 9 is a rational number. So just remember this one class, for irrational number is square root in which the number inside the square root is not a perfect square. Now how about for the cube root, sir? Example, cube root of 10. Is 10 a perfect cube? Nope, 10 is not a perfect cube. Therefore class, this one is an irrational number. Because if you get the cube root of 10 using a calculator, cube root of, okay, shift cube root of 10, the answer class is 2.154434609 and so on. The decimal class is infinite. The numbers is infinite class. And we call that one non-terminating decimals. So once again class, just remember this one class. If the number inside the cube root is not a perfect cube, therefore class, the number is irrational number. Another example, cube root of 30. Is 30 a perfect cube? Nope, 30 is not a perfect cube. Therefore, class, this number is an irrational number. So I hope it's clear for you, class, with regards to irrational numbers. So just remember that one, class. In square root, if the number is not a perfect square, automatic class, the square root is an irrational number. That number is an irrational number. For cube root, if the number inside this cube root is not a perfect cube, automatic, that number is an irrational number. So I hope it's clear for you, class. Now, what if I say, class, cube root of, if I will say cube root of 8. Is cube root of 8 a rational number or rational number? That's correct. Cube root of 8, it should be rational number. Okay, once again, it should be rational number. Why is that, sir? Because we have cube root of 8. You think of a number that when you multiply it by itself thrice, you will get 8. That's correct. That would be 2, right? Therefore, the cube root of 8, that is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2, the answer is 8. So therefore, class, cube root of 8, it is a rational number because we have cube root of 8 and the answer is 2. And 2 is an integer. Alright, so I hope it's clear for you, class, with regards to this one, rational and irrational number. So let's answer this one, class. Alright, so let's start with 1/3. So 1/3, is it rational or irrational? That's correct. It should be rational because this is a fraction. So 1/3 is a rational number. How about 0.5? Is it rational or irrational? That's correct. It should be rational because this is terminating decimal. It has an n. Okay, this is finite. This is not infiniteless. It has an n. We call this one terminating decimal. So 0.5 is a rational number. Is square root of 9, is 9 a perfect square? Yup, 9 is a perfect square. Therefore, square root of 9 is a rational number. So square root of 9 is a rational number because the square root of 9, that is 3. And 3 is a whole number. 3 is an integer. So square root of 9 is a rational number. Next, square root of 35. Is 35 a perfect square? Nope, 35 is not a perfect square. So therefore, square root of 35 is an irrational number. So irrational number. Negative 6. So negative 6 is an integer. So therefore, it is a rational number. Is square root of 27. Is 27 a perfect square? You think of a number that when you multiply it by itself, you will get 27. So for 3, 3 times 3 is 9. 4, 4 times 4 is 16. 5, 5 times 5 is 25. 6, 6 times 6 is 36. Therefore, class, 27 is not a perfect square. We don't have a number that when we multiply it by itself, you will get 27. So therefore, 27, square root of 27 is not a perfect square. So square root of 27 is an irrational number because 27 is not a perfect square. So next, square root of 100. Is it rational number or irrational number? That's correct. It should be rational number because we have square root of 100. The square root of 100, that is 10. So therefore, square root of 100 is a rational number. Cube root of 8. Is it a rational number or irrational number? That's correct. Cube root of 8, it is a rational number because we have cube root of 8. Once again, we explained that a while ago, the cube root of 8, that is 2. For this 100 class, the square root of 100, that is 10 because 10 times 10, that's 100. And the cube root of 8, that is 2. We already explained that one class a while ago for the cube root of 8. Alright, so cube root of 25. Is 25 a perfect cube? Nope, 25 is not a perfect cube. We don't have a number, class, that when you multiply it by itself 3 times, you will get 25. For 2, 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8. For 3, 3 times 3 times 3, that's 27. So therefore, we don't have 25 class. These are the following perfect cubes, 8 and then 27. So 25 is not a perfect cube. Therefore, this is an irrational number. Cube root of 25. Alright, so next, cube root of 1. Is 1 a perfect cube? So this one, class, is it a perfect cube? Yep, 1 is a perfect cube because 1 times 1 times 1, the answer is 1. Okay, once again, 1 is a perfect cube because 1 times 1 times 1, the answer is 1. So the cube root of 1, the answer is 1. So therefore, 1 is an integer. Therefore, cube root of 1 is a rational number. Cube root of 1 is a rational number. Negative 3, is it rational or irrational? That's correct, negative 3. It should be rational because this is an integer. So, rational. And then last one, class, cube root of negative 27. Is it rational or irrational? Do we have a number, class, that when you multiply it by itself 3 times, you will get negative 27? Yep, there's a number. Example class, that would be negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. So let's check if we get negative 27. Negative 3 times negative 3, that is positive 9. So negative times negative is positive. 3 times 3 is 9. And then 9 times negative 3. 9 times negative 3, that's negative 27. So therefore, cube root of negative 27, that is a rational number. Why is that, sir? Because the cube root of negative 27, the answer is negative 3. Once again, cube root of negative 27, the answer is negative 3. Because negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, the answer is negative 27. Therefore, the cube root of negative 27, that's negative 3. So therefore, it is a rational number because negative 3 is an integer. Alright, then you try this one, class, and you put your answer in the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. What if I say, class, the square root of 361? Is it rational or irrational? And how about this one? The cube root of 512. So you try this one, class, this two, and you put your answer in the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic for today. You check if square root of 361 is a rational number, and then cube root of 512 is an irrational number or rational number. And then you explain, class, why is it rational or why is it irrational? Alright, so I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.